Shalom and greetings from Jerusalem. My name is Joan Lippis, or hashtag Joni in Jerusalem, welcoming you to Lunchtime Prayer for Israel. Lunchtime Prayer for Israel is part of the Novea Ministries family, and that's why you see our website, novea.org. And then at the end of the video, you have all the different ways to contact us, and I hope you do. Well, yesterday was this very serious. Well, they all are. They're really somber and serious. But the bottom line is, it's telling us what happened and what will happen so that we can make a decision for God that will determine our destiny, not just our earthly destiny, but our eternal destiny. Well, here we go. And the title for today is "The Temple is Defiled by the Abomination of Desolation." Prior temple was destroyed. This second temple is defiled. Shortly after Zerubbabel started rebuilding the temple, Daniel had his fifth and final vision. In this vision, God showed him the wars and the succession of kings in the Persian, Greek, and Roman empires. The details that God gave Daniel were so accurate, some biblical historians insist that Daniel was written after the fact. The he being referred to in this portion is the one who has several names. The Jewish people will call him Ha-Satan, the Satan, the devil. The one who's against the Messiah, or the anti-Messiah, or for others who would call him the Antichrist. Just slightly different language talking about the same one. The man of sin, the man of perdition are also biblical names for this one. The Holy Covenant that is being referred to in this vision refers to the Mosaic covenant, the covenant God made with Moses. So here's Daniel's fifth and final prophecy, reading from Daniel 11, verses 29 to 32. At the appointed time, he, the anti-Messiah, shall return and go toward the south, but it shall not be like the former or the latter. For ships from Cyprus shall come against him. Therefore he shall be grieved and return in a rage against the holy covenant and do damage. So he shall return and show regard. Who does he show regard to? To those who forsake the holy covenant. In other words, those who are rebelling against God, this Ha-Satan, this evil one, this man of sin, he's going to like them. And the forces shall be mustered by him, and they shall defile the sanctuary fortress, and they shall take away the daily sacrifices, and place there the abomination of desolation. This one hates the God of Israel, therefore he hates the temple, he hates the Jewish people who are faithful to their God. Those who do wickedly against the covenant, he shall corrupt with flattery. But the people who know their God shall be strong and carry out great exploits. Oh boy, is that an important word for us today. That is so important. Are we going to be corrupted by an evil one to go against God? How does he woo us in? By flattery. Aren't you smart coming against the God of Israel? Aren't you smart to stop all these ridiculous religious things? It's happening today. That's why this is so important to understand. There's nothing new under the heavens. Now, this prophecy was partially fulfilled by Antiochus IV, the king of the Hellenistic Seleucid kingdom, who rabidly persecuted the Jews and defiled the temple by erecting a statue of Zeus, which is what is being called the Abomination of Desolation. And he sacrificed pigs on the great altar. the faithful remnant declared a war, and thus began the War of the Maccabees, 165 to 163 BCE. The miraculous victory over the mighty Greek army and the rededication of the temple has been memorialized by the holiday of Hanukkah. So we want to pray that the Jewish people and many of the Gentile churches who are picking up this wonderful holiday will read the prophecies of Daniel and recognize the danger that is coming. And may I make another comment? Well, I'm going to. This book, Celebrating God's Love, Hanukkah, Christmas, Fact and Fiction. Look, little skinny book. I wrote this to try to bring the truth back to this holiday of Hanukkah. It's called the Festival of Lights, not because of a little bit of oil. That's a legend, didn't happen. Why am I so sure? Because it's not listed, it's not talked about in Josephus, it's not talked about in the book of the Maccabees. It's just a made-up myth. Why is it called the the Festival of Lights? Because of its connection with the Feast of Tabernacles, all of which I describe in this book. So why do we want to celebrate Hanukkah? Because what was then is going to be again. And we've got a choice. We either follow the one who is anti-God, or we stand firm in our faith, regardless of the consequences. Because you heard this most important verse, those who know their God, know him intimately, will do mighty exploits. That makes me excited. That's why we celebrate Hanukkah. Amen? Amen and amen and amen. So with that, I do say thank you for your prayers. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for keeping in touch with me, because I love to hear from you. And therefore, I say, Lehitraot, Shalom from Jerusalem.